Prime Minister Andrew Holness is defending the performance of his Minister of National Security, Robert Montague, even as he prepares to reshuffle his cabinet.
Speaking at a quarterly press briefing, Mr. Holness expressed confidence in Mr. Montague, arguing that he has been performing. TVJ's Janella Precious reports.
Who will stay? Who will go? It's the question many have been asking since news emerged that Prime Minister Andrew Holness will be changing the look of his cabinet. This a year and 7 months after winning the 2016 general elections. According to Mr. Holness, members of the cabinet have been going through a system of review. He provided details of a recent 3-day private retreat.
Each minister had to do a review of their performance to date, give the cabinet a projection of what they plan to do for the completion of this year and what they would like to see in the budget for next year. And each minister was required to give the cabinet a self-assessment of their own performance.
On the performance of his administration,
certainly we have performed better than the previous administration, but bear in mind the public never held the previous administration's performance as the benchmark. The benchmark is much higher, and the government has to keep increasing its performance to a higher benchmark.
Despite this pronouncement, the Prime Minister is going ahead with a cabinet shakeup. He says ministers have been alerted. He, however, declined to say when this is likely to happen and which ministers will be axed or shifted. But the crime portfolio currently held by Robert Montague remains in the spotlight, given that murder figures are now in the thousands. Mr. Holness was asked whether he was dissatisfied about the performance of the National Security Minister.
Yes, I have confidence in Bobby Montague. And in Minister Montague's presentation, I was amazed at the number of projects that he has implemented and the effort he is making, in particular with working with the police and trying to build the confidence of the police and dealing with the internal issues with the JCF and in the other areas as well that falls under his portfolio in terms of improvements in PICA and at the FLA, making sure that investigations go on, that there is transformation happening at the FLA. So in general, I think he is meeting the targets.
Janella Precious, TVJ News.